What's up guys, welcome back to Young's Talent. Today in this video I am going to show you how to make a half pyramid of static using the for loop structure. So let's begin with our video. So first of all, we are going to add our header files, which are the stdio standard input output header file and the console input output header file. After that is done, we are going to add the main function. As I have already told you why I use integer before main instead of void in my previous video, which was the area of square. So after that is settled, we are going to move towards our body. So the first thing that we have to do in our body is to determine the data type. So I am going to use the integer data type. I am going to use three variables, two counts, that is k and n. So and the third one I am going to use is r for the number of rows. Terminating our statement, we are going to move on. So now we are going to display the message using the printf function that enter the number of rows. Replace a terminator, and now we are going to use the scanf function to store the value. We are going to use the format specifier %d. Using the ampersand sign, we are going to write r. Terminating the statement. Now we are going to use the for loop. For, as you know, while using the for loop we have to keep in mind three things, that is the initialization, the test condition, and the increment and decrement. So the initialization which we are going to do is, first we are going to use our count k. So k is equals to 1, and the test condition is that k must be less and equal to the number of rows. And increment decrement is we will increment. You can either use this format or you can use k plus plus, whichever you like. I'm going to use this one to avoid any problems. So now in its body we are going to use another for loop. So now we are in this for loop, we are going to use count n. So we are going to initialize n as 1, and our test condition is that n must be less and equal to k, and we are going to do increment of 1. So n is equals to n plus 1. Now in its body, in the body of second for loop, we are going to write that printf. What we are going to print is static, so we will, in the control string we will write static. So terminating the statement. Now out of the second for loop body we are going to give space using the printf function, or space I may say. I'm going to use the escape sequence \n. to leave a line after once the loop is finished. We're going to place a terminator. Now, as we have used two fors, so we have to check our brackets that they are complete. So you can see that these two brackets are for the start and end of the body. So this bracket is matching with that, which means this is our first for loop body, and these brackets have been used for the second for loop body. So now we have previewed our body. We are going to save it. So I have saved my project. Now I am going to compile and run the program in front of you. So compile. So the compilation has been finished now. I'm going to run it. So as you see, we have landed in the CPP Droid terminal and the program is running. It says that enter the number of rows which we have printed. We have asked the program to print. So I am going to write 5 because I require 5 rows. So you see a pyramid, half pyramid has been formed having 5 rows. So now the terminal session has been stopped, as you can see. Now we are going to go back. You can check this out with a different number of rows. For example, we are going to use it with 7. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 rows. Similarly, for the validity of the program, you can put or test run the program 3 to 4 times. We will test run it one more time by using 12, and you will see it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this was all for today's video. I hope it was beneficial for you. Meet you all next time. Allah Hafiz.